Hello students. So in the previous video, we had talked about what is propositional logic, and we had taken the truth table and we had to try to understand how does and or work, what are the different symbols for conjunction, implies, negation, disjunction, and we had talked about three cases: conjunction, negation and disjunction, which are symbols are like this as shown here in column A. Okay. Now we'll take two simple examples for us to understand propositional logic. So in propositional logic, we'll have a statement and we'll put a letter in front of it. So let's say Paula is happy. I will use a letter P for it. Or Paula paints a picture. This statement I'll call it Q. And Renzo is happy is labeled as R. So we are going to use the smaller labels P, Q, R, so that in the computer we can store it in a more mathematical way, rather than writing long English sentences which are quite cumbersome to understand for the computer. So let's formalize some of these statements. Can we put it in a more mathematical propositional logic way is what we will try to see. So suppose I have the statement Paula is happy and paints a picture, then Renzo isn't happy. So if you look at it, Paula is happy is the letter P, paints a picture is letter Q, and Renzo isn't happy. There is no such statement. We have a statement which is Renzo is happy. So how do we make Renzo is happy to Renzo isn't happy? What is the way to convert Renzo's happiness to unhappiness? So it's very simple in terms of this logic. We put a not symbol in front of it, as can be seen here. So by putting a not symbol in front of R, we have basically made it Renzo isn't happy. So this Renzo isn't happy happens because we are able to put a not in front of the statement R. Now what does this symbol here mean? This symbol means and. So we have taken two statements, Paula is happy and paints a picture, and basically put P and Q. This arrow basically means implies or then. So P and Q implies not R. And this is the answer to formalizing this following sentence. We have a very simple way of doing it. Now give a thought on the second one. The second one, can you see a pattern in this? How the answer has been evolved for this? So this blue one is same as this answer. Are you able to read it and see the logic which is there in it? If Paula is happy, then. So whenever you see the word then, it normally means that implies are going to come. This arrow is going to happen. So Paula is happy, then she paints a picture. Suppose I had said Paula is happy and she paints a picture, then basically we'll put the and symbol in between. But in this case we are saying Paula is happy, then she paints a picture, so we have to use the arrow symbol. The next one may seem a bit complicated, but let's walk through how it looks like. Paula is happy, we have a symbol for that P. Only if she paints a picture. Okay, so if she doesn't paint a picture, she is not happy. So this becomes where the trick, it becomes a bit more complicated to understand this in our way of saying it. So if you look at it, we look at what is there inside the bracket first. P means Paula is happy. Not Q means that she's not painting a picture. So Paula is happy and not painting a picture will never happen. So it is basically we are going deeper. So instead of saying Paula is happy only if she paints a picture, we are taking it one step deeper. We are first making a statement which goes P and not Q. Not Q means suppose she doesn't paint a picture, she is happy. That is false. So this shaded part which I have shown, this part which I am making it bold, basically I am negating it in the whole statement after that. So after that I am putting a not in front of it. I know this is a bit complicated, but if you walk through it in your head, it may be easy to understand. What we are basically saying is whenever Paula doesn't paint, is she happy? That is not true. So our statement is basically saying Paula is happy only if she paints a picture. So that's how we were able to show this. Another way of showing the same thing could be to use the implies option, where we say P implies Q. So if Paula is happy, it implies that she's painting a picture right now. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been happy. So with that, we come to the end of example 1. In the next video, I will take another example where we'll go ahead a bit more with propositional logic. Thank you, students.